Because I want to give you a backpack?
A backpack? My son, the gifts of the Creator are not mere goods. They cannot be traded. Ah, but you still have much to learn. It is my honor and blessed purpose to lead lost spirits like yours out of the darkness. So let us direct our attention to an opportunity that might be exactly what you need. I ask that you journey to the lands of the savages to spread the word of the Creator. Take on this pilgrimage, and His eternal gratitude will be your reward.
About that pilgrimage. What do I have to do?
Fear not. I don't expect you to stand on street corners and preach the word. The Creator's words are written down. They need only be placed in reach of lost souls. Take these flyers. Hang them somewhere visible, somewhere the helpless are sure to set eyes upon them. When your work is done, return and we can open our arms to the new arrivals together.
What kind of payment can I expect for this?
Is your own salvation not recompense enough?
I was hoping for something more tangible.
I must take some time to ponder this matter. In any case, you will certainly not be disappointed, my son.
Do you really think you can win people over like that?
Of course, the pen is mightier than the sword, and so it has been since time immemorial. I caution you, do not follow the ways of our trainers. They see martial finesse as our greatest weapon, but true protection only springs forth from inner contemplation. Our ranks will fill up, believe me. We'll be a bulwark, steadfast in belief, strong enough to defy all dangers.
Where exactly should I go?
Do your ears not hear? The lands where savages roam.
Do you mean the Berserkers' fort?
That is one such place. But the crater, too, is home to many godless creatures whose ears are closed. They are savages indeed.
And the Morcons, what about them?
They are wretched worshippers of a false idol. Their path leads only to darkness. Nothing, not even the light of the Creator, can save them from damnation. Do not concern yourselves with those who live in the ice either. Their hearts are frozen solid, and no words will thaw them.
So, the fort and the crater. Got it.
Hey you, got a light? I'm trying to light up, but my matches have gone AWOL.
Can't help you, I'm afraid.
It's probably for the best. Just gives me a scratchy throat. So, did you want to get a mission from the board?
Yeah, so move over.
Really? You're braver than most people around here. I respect that. How about something different? You haven't heard anything about Baxter's Cave, have you?
What's that?
Keep it down. The walls here have ears. Listen up. I didn't talk to you for no reason. I had to make sure you weren't one of the jumped-up idiots who usually hang around here.
So, did I pass your test?
I mean, you can form a sentence and you look okay, so you're a long way ahead.
So what is it exactly?
It's a place behind enemy lines. I don't stand a chance on my own. But with you and a few others, we could do it. And if we do, it will make us all very rich.
Yeah, really? It must be a huge amount.
I can tell you don't believe me, but I guarantee that if we can pull it off, neither you nor I will have to take the fall for anyone.
What's the catch?
You're a sharp one. Nothing's that easy, right? Capable people are one thing, relying on them is another. I've got a lot to lose if I tell you what I know, so I'm going to need a little insurance before we start. With the risk I'm taking, I think 1,000 shards is reasonable. Are you in or not? There are plenty of others who want in, but you seem reliable. I won't force you. After all, the amount I'm asking isn't exactly peanuts.
Just 1,000? Easy.
Don't tell me you have the ELEX II on you.
I do. So?
Good. We'll go over the rest in my office. Full pockets have a way of attracting vermin, and we could do without an audience. This way. You're not from around here, are you?
That obvious?
I am. This dump is the worst. But your shards are my way out. Well, we're almost there. I'll introduce you to the rest of the group. So, here we are. Do you like it?
You call this an office?
You don't. Well, I have even more bad news for you then. Come out, boys. He has the money on him.
You've got no business being here.
Silence is a virtue.
Not right now.
That didn't work. That didn't work. I'm in.
You better get out of here.
This board is a perfect place for a notice. And that's that. I'm done here now.
I'll talk to you later, okay?
Everyone should be able to get a good look at it here. Well, that's all settled. I hope all this running around was worth it. We'll see what Johannes decides to fork over as payment.
Leave me alone.
Not now. Still lying around out there. Stockpile and maintain your weapons.
Oh, thank the heavens. If something had happened to Dex, I don't know what I would have done.
Take better care from now on.
I will. You have my word.
And when it comes to it, do what needs to be done. Soon, we will be looking.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you.
This is Herbert speaking to you from the orbit.
About that pilgrimage. I hung up the flyers.
Excellent, my son. And the Creator has protected you from all harm in this work. Did the savages cause you any trouble? Do you wish to receive my blessing now?
Gladly, Father.
Nothing grants more strength and warmth than the Creator's tidings. Be blessed, my son. May the path you walk always be level and free of hazards. Here, this is for you. I grant this gift to those who delight the Creator. Should your thoughts ever grow dim and murky, read what is written within, and you shall find safe harbor. And no one can possibly grant you a better reward for your efforts than that. May the Creator travel with you, my son.
It's just so exciting. I've never worked with an alb before.
I'm not an alb. Not anymore.
I just mean... Oh, never mind. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
That's all right. What do you want me to do?
It's pretty straightforward, really. You just take things and put them... wherever there's space, I guess.
You don't have a system?
Well, you know, I was going to figure one out. Really, I was. But,
I'll take care of it.
Thanks! Good luck then, and glad to have you on the team.
We'll talk later.
Thanks for your help. I got a lot of work ahead of me now, developing a new prototype.
Well, if you say so.
If they just asked me, it would have never happened.
Is that just something you heard, or is there really something to it?
Yeah, I heard that rumor too.
This is Herbert, from the Order.
How are things with you, Falk?
Excellent. Being by your side is proving to be a very interesting experience.
Finally. I thought I'd never find you.
Jax, you're here. You came to save my life?
Actually, I still don't know what I'm gonna do with you. Should I ram my gun down your throat now or after you explain things?
I see. I take it you've spoken to the Skyans.
Did you really think you'd keep your story secret forever?
No, but I hoped I'd get the chance to explain everything to you before the invaders did.
You've had plenty of chances. If things hadn't turned out this way, you probably would have taken the secret to your grave.
Maybe you're right, but perhaps we should get out of here before...
You're not going anywhere. Not until you tell me everything you've done. To me, to humanity.
Well, seems I don't have much choice. All right, let's talk about it if we must.
When did you find out about the comet heading for Magellan? Was it before or after you started planning to live forever?
The comet wasn't the beginning. I first sighted it 5 years before it crashed here. But even before that, years before, when I was still a young man, I observed a much more significant phenomenon in the sky.
The singularity.
All my research, all the observations, all the calculations, they all told me this was an incredible discovery. It was the answer to all the questions humanity had ever asked, and more. Much more than that. But I didn't have the resources then to fathom its true nature. Then, years later, when the Infinite Skies Corporation was founded, I had my chance. Unlimited resources. Everything I needed. And still, I couldn't really comprehend what I was seeing. It seemed to turn all the laws of physics, all the laws of nature, on their head. The results of my research and the lessons I learned from the Singularity's behavior brought me fame and the recognition of my colleagues. But even when many of them tried to denounce me, I continued my research, though I soon reached the limits of what I could learn.
How did you create ELEX?
I didn't. It was there all along, in the Singularity itself. ELEX is a part of it. It just needed to be modified and adapted to humans. I was getting old then, increasingly aware of my mortality. I realized I would never reap the rewards of my work if I didn't...
Find a way to live forever.
Yes. Even there, the Singularity helped me set the wheels in motion. But I couldn't do it down here on Magellan. I had to go up, to the Singularity itself. It was the only place with the right conditions. But the journey would have taken far too long. I needed a faster way. A technology you've seen for yourself. It's been a feature of the skies for years, ever since the war against the Alps.
You mean the strange ring the hybrid created?
Correct. An artificial wormhole. A bridge from this world to another. I sent a group of scientists through it. They came back more than 160 years later as highly developed, immortal beings.
Why didn't you go yourself? Why leave it to others?
Because of the comet. This rock, this tremendous destructive force on a collision course with our world. I was afraid if I went with them, we'd return to a planet reduced to rubble and dust.
And that's exactly what happened. You didn't stop it. Whether you were here or on the other side of the galaxy.
It wasn't a question of whether it would hit Magellan. The question was whether humanity would survive.
You could have saved the planet. You could have changed the comet's course with your spacecraft.
I tried. I was the one who started projects like Cassandra and Callahan. But when panic breaks out, well, few people are willing to pull together for a common cause.
How did the first ELEX get into the comet?
My Cassandra scientists had to hurry once they reached the Singularity. They quickly had their first success. They sent Blue ELEX back to us on a carrier rocket. But soon after launch, it became clear it would never reach Magellan. A fatal miscalculation they could do nothing to correct. But the rocket could reach the comet that was fast approaching the planet. So they steered it onto its path, and soon, the ELEX was here, and my work could begin.
Your work to prolong your miserable life at the expense of millions of other lives.
Yes. A tragedy, I admit.
How did you manage to smuggle all those scientists aboard Cassandra without anyone realizing it?
At first, nobody knew anything about the comet or any spacecraft. Of course, once things were in the open, I was forced to share my research with everyone. Research that might save a lot of lives, maybe all of them. But Cassandra was to be my project. I kept it secret to make sure it didn't suffer the same fate as Callahan. All people did was argue, blaming mistakes on each other. I couldn't allow that to happen with Cassandra, So
you got rid of anyone who could have talked about it, right?
It was a dark time. Not one I'm proud of.
Your scientists, or whatever they are now, spoke of the singularity as if it were a god.
Isn't it? It contains secrets that no one, not even I, could ever discover. Not in 1,000 lifetimes of research. It gives eternal life. It creates new life forms from nothing. It decides whether we all live or die.
Principal Teac says it's moving towards us. It could hit us at any moment. And from what you're telling me, this is nothing like a simple comet. This will destroy us all.
So what is it, if not pure divinity?
Stop fucking with me! How do we stop it, genius?
The Skyans have been set on their path from the very beginning. It's this plan that drives them. It's their reason for being. The reason anyone who gets in its way is destroyed.
Oh yeah? So what is this plan?
All in good time, Jax. We need to survive this war before we can move on to the next one.
What about the DNA replication? Why did you share your genes with me?
I've been trying to prepare the planet for the arrival of the Skyans for years. That's what the Albs and their directive were for. And for a while it was working. But once the Albs set up the first converter in the lands of the Free People, the tide turned. The hybrid, that thing I was a part of once, sensed resistance among the Albs. There were a lot of skeptics and even saboteurs, especially among the technicians. The foundation of a hostile group, the Separatists, became inevitable. But there you were, a highly effective and confident commander. Even then, your willpower was a thing to behold. I replicated my own DNA with that of the Alb with the greatest mental strength I could find to protect myself and my legacy. It was a backup, if you will. Being in the hybrid capsule prevented me from doing anything as mundane as procreating.
That explains your interest in my son. But you won't be going near him again. I'll make sure of that.
After the replication, your willpower became even stronger. You were the only one who could resist being promoted to Elexidor. Even implanting a control chip in your head had little effect. That's one reason I chose you to establish and lead the Sixth Power. If anyone can stop the Skyans, it's you.
Why the Sixth Power? Why so much effort?
Because the Skyans want to level the planet, and I no longer have the power to stop them. I'm not one of them anymore. I'm their enemy.
Who can blame them for wanting you dead? Where does this great willpower come from? What did you do to me that even the Skyans don't understand?
The gifts to exercise great power over ELEX are rooted in the configuration and harmonies of an individual's DNA. And willpower is one of these gifts. There are others, such as superhuman creativity or imagination, or superhuman strategic and mathematical problem-solving. You and I are not just the humanoid anomalies the Skyans would have us believe. We are ELEX elementals, my friend. Our gifts give us the power to shape both ourselves and the fate of the world.
All these elaborate schemes, all that effort, for such a long time.
Well, that's the price of eternal life, and I'm paying it now.
And so is everyone else, you bastard. You're nothing but a murderer.
Maybe, but the Skyanids are far worse. Just think of the sheer scale of what they're doing.
And what about what we did in those converters? Squeezing the ELEX out of people.
What is it you want, Jax? Justice? World peace? What's that compared to standing before God and being granted eternal life?
You've done nothing but lie and manipulate me. Well, I'm done. The super soldier you bred to serve you quits right here and now.
There's no need for us to be at odds, Jax.
Of course there is. It's the only way I'll ever be free.
Fine, if that's the way you want it. Just don't expect me to give up without a fight. If I win, I promise to honor your legacy. Your work will not have been in vain.
Enough talking. Let's end this now.
As you wish.
Big mistake!
Run system analysis.
Analyzing. Main protocol optimized.
Let's get a summary of the tasks we have ahead of us.
Stand by.
I need to check the loyalty of those closest to me. I don't want a companion stabbing me in the back again. Ekrom needs my support in the battle against the Sky Ants. Last but not least, we need to get Cassandra to open the gateway to the main former. That's definitely going to be difficult. So let's keep going. We have a lot to do.
Stand by.
Follow me.
Get out of here already!
Where have you been? Ugh, I was starting to think you'd forgotten me.
Got some good news.
If it's today's special, I'm not interested. It's almost always animal lips. Ugh, I mean, have you tried that filth? Cruel and unusual, I'm telling you.
What? No, I went to Thompson Town.
Oh, that, right. And what did you find?
Your mother. I found your mother.
Oh, really? Really? Is she a funny skeleton or the scary kind?
I'm not joking. She's alive. Your father's been lying to you all this time.
All right, yep, I totally believe you.
It's impossible to have a serious conversation with you.
Okay, you're not making any sense. Should I be worried about you? I'm worried.
Just can it, will you? I'll give you the short version. Your mother's alive. She's in the Bastion right now. I told her to meet you there.
Bullshit. I don't believe a word of it.
All right then. You want some proof? Your mother's name is Danya. They used to call her the Iron Lady. The Berserkers probably called her that because she's a Morcon.
How do you know that? Okay, never mind, keep going.
I know your name, Fox. Your real name. The one your mother gave you.
That's supposed to be funny?
No, Forrester. I'm being serious. Your mother's alive. She's alive and well, and she wants to meet you in the Bastion.
But, wait. That would mean that...
I know. So, let's see what I can do about getting you out of here.
Don't bother. I can take care of that all by myself.
Just wait a second.
Let him try and stop me.
Huh. Must have been pretty convincing.
How could Ulf have done this to us?
I want to buy some stuff.
Of course.
wanderers out there. Don't go into the forest unless you really have to. Stay away from the unknown ruins and caves. The bandits on the roads are the lesser evil. This is Herbert, broadcasting from the orbit.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna run away. Even if you'd find me. You always do.
Oh, man.
Oh, my boy. Can it really be you? Ravak. It is.
Ulf. That bastard. My father. He will pay for this. He will.
Revenge won't get us back the years. It'll only waste more, you know?
But he can't just...
We're together now. That's all that matters.
Oh.
Thank you for finding me, stranger. Your friend has an instinct for situations that seem hopeless.
Yeah, he does. And his timing's not bad either. Once again, I'm in your debt, Jax.
You'll stay here with us, I hope?
No. I have to get back. Otherwise, they'll come looking for me. I won't bring trouble to your door.
But you're coming back, aren't you?
Of course. After all we've been through. Don't worry. We'll see each other again soon. But for now, we both have to pretend nothing has changed. I have my role to play in the grotto, and you have your duties to attend to up here.
Your journey back is dangerous.
Don't worry. I'm a Morcon.
We'll find each other again.
We will, my son. Oh, we will.
What do you do now?
Well, much as I'm pissed at my father, I don't think that's gonna get me anywhere right now. And I still haven't given up on saving my reputation with the Berserkers. Not that I have a clue on how to do that. But as soon as I do, I'll let you know. Meanwhile, least I can do is watch your back. You can count on me for any fighting you need. I'll be right there with you. After all, I owe you big time.
We're done for now. Stand by at the bastion. Did you know that Warlord Ulf was Fox's father?
I did. They're always fighting. I'd keep out of it if I were you. They need to work out their differences by themselves.
I think you're simplifying things too much.
They've been feuding for years. What makes you think an outsider could fix things between them? Just leave it alone.
Ugh. So, where were we?
You know how this works. You lead, I'll follow.
I know just what you mean.
Are you alright?
Of course.
I just wish we had more time.
I know.
It's time I turn my attention to more important matters.
Ugh. My head. Follow me.
If you like.